Hey everyone, it's me, the DSviewer. Now I'm here to talk to you today about a new game, Pokémon SoulSilver version. Okay, I guess that came off as kinda dorky. Now the first Pokémon game I ever played was Pokémon Fire Red version, and boy did I love it. It was great, it was unique, I loved the audio, and it was just plain cool. And it was really great playing that game, and looking back at it, it's still really fun, and I especially like my level 100 Venusaur. Yeah, that's right. The generations have went by. I played the Pokémon Platinum, Diamond, Pearl, Emerald, Sapphire, but I've never really been touched by a Pokémon game the way I was by Fire Red. In the second generation of Pokémon, they added a lot of new features and stuff, and once again they've added a ton to this new game that hadn't appeared in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And by this game, I mean Heart Gold and SoulSilver. I'm just referring to it as SoulSilver because that is the one I played, and not in fact Heart Gold. Despite the changes, the Pokémon series keeps its fresh awesomeness as it always has, and I doubt it'll ever get rid of it. The game takes place 3 years after the events of Pokémon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and there's a new trainer from the Johto region who wants to become the best, and someday maybe even find Red, the great Pokémon trainer from Kanto, and defeat him himself. Or herself, that is, depending on which gender character you choose to play as. It's probably going to be the gender that you are. After all, I don't see why not. Function-wise, if you're not new to the Pokémon series, you'll notice the increased use of the touchscreen, including in the map screen and most of the other stuff, including the Pokémon boxes. They literally make every single last thing an option you can do on the touchscreen, such as checking, talking, running, riding your bike, and a fishing pole. Man, that's a lot of touchscreen stuff. Of course I wouldn't have time to explain everything about the game, so I'm just going to run through the basics. You can have 6 Pokemon in your party, one of which appears with you as you're walking, and you can battle with it in battles against wild Pokemon or trainers. And then, when you do that, your Pokemon earns experience points if it participated, which can help it level up and evolve, and you can battle other trainers and get the gym leaders, beat the Pokemon champion, continue the story, blah blah blah. I think you're just gonna have to play the game yourself to get through all that stuff. I'm just saying that it's all great. The under-executed mini-games they have as an excuse for leaving out Pokemon contests are these games called the Pokéthlon games. You enter 3 Pokemon, which can have a certain amount of stats, such as power, speed, jump, and other stuff like that, in special contests designed for those kinds of powers. I didn't really see how it was helpful for the game at all, or how it made you any better of a player, so I mostly just didn't play it and tried to avoid it and continue with the story, and do most of the good stuff. Perhaps the hugest thing about this game, or at least so they say, is the Pokewalker pedometer they released with the game, and you can connect it to your DS cartridge so you can send over a Pokemon to train by walking around for experience points. You see, I would show you footage of the one I had, but the problem is, I lost it. The fact is, it's so small, you will lose it unless you are super good at taking care of your stuff, which unfortunately I am not, so pity me. I love to explore the Johto region. It's nice and big, and it's full of great stuff that you can always do, because, well, the places are just so unique, it's always fun to go to and go around. When I first heard that this game was announced, it was like I was just lifted to Poke Heaven, because I knew that the Kanto region was in the Johto games in the 2nd generation, and they were obviously going to revamp it for the 4th generation. And so, yes, of course, I did go to the Kanto region because I love Pokemon Fire Red, but to my disappointment, the Kanto region just really wasn't fun to go to this time. It seemed kind of small to, how should I put this? They let you go anywhere at any time, and it didn't exactly feel like starting out a new adventure. Overall, I just like to stay in the Johto region. It would have been nice if they had something like the 7 islands they had in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Unfortunately, they didn't. Despite the fact that they could have done some stuff better, I still think that Pokemon SoulSilver, and in this case Pokemon Heart Gold as well, are great games, You should totally get them, and they are so worth the money. It doesn't matter how much you're finding them for, even if it's $100, just get the game! Well, anyways, you know, this game is worth a DSi buy, and for now, this is the DSviewer signing off.